Okay, for over the past few years I've been a fan of Reboot, and when I heard it was gonna come back I was excited and hoping it would continue the ending of the cliffhanger. Unfortunately, when I saw the trailer last year, we didn't get Bob and Zoe. Instead we got this. Yes, this. A show that is basically a ripoff of Power Rangers and Code Lyoko. Like what the hell? So this show is about 4 teenagers in high school, and they are transported into the net and are the next generation Guardians, and they are trying to stop a hacker. And yet, guess what? They even upgraded Megabyte. Yeah, he has a upgrade in this show, but you know what else sucks about this show? Well, guess who shows up in later episodes? Yep, Bob and Zoe. Are on this show, but something's not right. I can see they were trying their best to make them realistic, but I just can't accept this. They just look awful in the Guardian Code. They had better faces back then. Never looked so shiny rubbery plastic before, that's for sure. Their season 3 appearance made them look even better, and that was back in 1997. But these were made late 2017 or something, so what's Rainmaker's excuse anyway? Well, let me tell you. This guy is pretty much the one who ruined Reboot. Don't call it a reboot. So that's why this show is called Reboot the Guardian Code. It's no wonder why Mouse Andrea and Ray Tracer and the rest of the Reboot cast aren't seen at all. Fans has been wondering what the hell happened after the cliffhanger, but this guy decided to rip off Code Lyoko and gave us the shittest reboot ever. Okay, so we're gonna read everything it says.
Fans were begging for it. Peers told him not to do it. In the end, Michael Hefferon, president of Rainmaker Entertainment, couldn't resist the challenge. Reboot, the groundbreaking animated show about a group of guardians who fight to keep their home, the inside of a computer, free from digital enemies, is being resurrected as Reboot, the Guardian Code, and is set to hit YTV this year. When it initially aired in the mid-90s, Reboot was the first computer-generated series on television, and helped turn Vancouver into a hotbed of animation and visual effects. Hefferon shares how the reimagined show is following in its predecessor's innovative footsteps by again pushing the boundaries of technology to create entertaining content.
Yeah, I can see that, and this post was made last year, but reimagining the show, give me a damn break. A lot of fans are not so happy on how this man fucked up a classic show. Now, let us continue on.
When I took over Rainmaker in November 2012, the first thing fans wanted to know was when Reboot was going to come back. Of course, I was very interested in bringing it back, since I was a huge fan of Reboot 2. I loved that show. It was groundbreaking in a way that's easy to forget these days. As the first show with 100% computer-generated CG animation, it opened up a new world to audiences. And while it was an amazing show, I think the biggest thing to come out of it was the CG pipeline, the technology that was used to make it. Reboot and Mainframe Entertainment, Rainmaker's previous incarnation, played a huge part in building the CG animation industry here in Vancouver. I've heard endless stories from people about how Reboot inspired them to go into technology jobs, even into CG or effects animation.
Yeah, I can see you wanted to bring it back and you did, but all you did was pissing off a lot of fans.
So the question was, how could we make the new Reboot as inspiring and innovative as the original? Just moving the story 20-odd years into the future wasn't going to be enough, because there are plenty of other computer-animated shows now, and I was also aware that some of my predecessors at Rainmaker had tried to bring Reboot back as a series or a feature film. And none of these projects ever moved forward. In fact, a lot of industry people told me, "Don't make Reboot the first project you develop." But whenever someone tells me not to do something, well, let's just say I love a challenge.
Yeah, good job on that.
The show we eventually created is certainly inspired by the original Reboot, but I don't think of it as a reboot. Rather, we tried to imagine that Reboot had never been made. and we were making it for the first time for today's audience. YTV also wanted a show with co-viewing appeal, so we wanted to reach kids but also hook parents and older siblings. So we went with a live-action animation hybrid, to expand our audience range by making characters and topics more relatable. Because the characters are real kids dealing with the fallout of the cyberverse.
Of course, everything has to be live action.
And, in the spirit of the original, we had to up the animation ante. For Reboot, the Guardian Code, we've done all our modeling, rigging and animation using the animation software Maya. We then bring it into Epic's game engine, Unreal. I believe we're the first major series to use a game engine for production.
I'm not sure if they are wrong or correct cause I never paid attention to any other 3D animated show.
For example, semi-spoiler alert, Megabyte, the villainous virus from the original Reboot, is back, and he's created a Sentinel army. We used the artificial intelligence component of the game engine to help us build out that army, so that in a battle scene, there could be 500 Sentinels attacking. We could never do that traditionally. The use of AI has allowed us to create massive sets now. We've got constant movement. The world of the show is much more expansive, and the impact is much more cinematic. We're also creating an immersive mobile VR experience for kids. The gaming engine lets us do that, because now the show's world exists in a 360 environment. So a kid in their bedroom, using a smartphone and Google Cardboard, can stand in the middle of Megabyte's fortress, for example, or be surrounded by cyber locusts in the middle of a battle sequence. How cool is that for an 8-year-old?
I don't even know if kids even watch this show.
The use of AI has allowed us to create massive sets now. The world of the show is much more expansive, and the impact is much more cinematic.
I would rather see the original Reboot in the new animated style than this garbage you gave us, but I still prefer the original Reboot animations.
What we wanted to do was blur the lines between linear and game content, since kids today don't necessarily differentiate between the two. Really, they just want to participate in the action. We were so excited to bring some of the things that kids love in games into linear television, and we were also excited to essentially blur the lines between two sectors, animation and gaming. In Vancouver there is a huge and talented gaming industry, and there is a huge and talented animation and visual effects industry. We're harnessing both of them, bringing the technical and creative aspects of each together to make something new and special, something that takes advantage of what Vancouver does so well. It's a testament to the legacy of the original Reboot that we've been able to travel so far on the path it first blazed.
Yeah, that's about everything he said, I guess. But is this really testament to the legacy of the original Reboot? No, it's not. It may contain the original characters, but this whole series is not all about them. It's about 4 teens that are like the Power Rangers fighting Megabyte and this hacker. That's what you did. And I'm never even gonna watch this damn show because it pretty much ruined Reboot. It's just as bad as Teen Titans Go. In fact, some of the shows that has been rebooted are okay, but some of the ones are worse. They aren't the same as the original. But this was a reboot and a middle finger to all the Reboot fans who grew up with the original show. I can't believe we wasted our time waiting for Bob and the gang to return, so all we got is just a ripoff of Code Lyoko and Power Rangers. This show is just garbage. The only show I'm watching is the original, because the original is a lot better than this bullshit show. So Michael Heffron, fuck you for ruining the fans' childhood by giving us this garbage. Don't call it a reboot? Yeah, you pretty much fucked up Reboot. So yeah guys, that's my rant of how much this show pisses me off. So yeah, I'm gonna try to make more videos because I heard Vyond is removing the Legacy video maker in December. See you guys later, bye.